Hey everybody, welcome back to Heartland Productions. I'm very excited today because I'm going to be reviewing the Solo Pie Pizza Oven. So stay tuned, watch the whole video. Don't forget, if you haven't already right now, go ahead and subscribe and hit the notification button. So before I uncovered, I wanted to make a quick disclaimer that Solo actually sent me this for free to test and review it, but I'm going to give you a 100% unbiased review of this oven. I'm not affiliated with Solo at all by any means, so I'm going to test it out, try to make a couple pizzas tonight, and really give you my honest feedback. Let me show you the cover first. I like this cover because it has a bump out for the gas burner attachment and the hose, so you don't actually have to disconnect it from the tank. You can cover it all up. Once it cools down, you can throw this cover right back on. You don't have to unscrew it or do anything like that. So that's pretty handy too. So let's get this cover off and show you what the oven looks like. Like I mentioned, this is a test unit sent to me to review, so that's why the stone's all dirty like this. Whoever was testing this before obviously wasn't that great of a pizza cook because they made a big mess out of it. So I'm hopefully going to test it out and get some good pizzas out of this. It's all stainless steel. It has a man-made kind of a manufactured pizza stone. Here's the gas burner. It just kind of bolts on right here, screws on. It has electric ignition or a click ignition like most of them. That's pretty nice. Different adjustment, has a low and a high. Let's go around. From what I've seen is that this top can be used as a warmer, so you can set the pizzas on there and kind of keep them warm. So I'm curious about that too. They also sell like a silicone mat you can put on top of it that you can use it almost as like a tabletop or a holder or a stand, etc. Again, uses standard 20-pound propane tanks. There's the connection, etc. Right off the bat, and then here's some ventilation up in the front too. I think this is when you're using the wood fire. It brings air in here and it comes out from the back. Right off the bat, it seems very low. This tabletop is 36 inches, so this is very low. Ideally, I would like this up probably 6 or 7 inches higher, so you don't have to, because this is me looking straight, so I'm going to bend over and kind of hunch down to be able to launch the pizza into check. So that's going to get kind of cumbersome. So I think it's a little bit too. This reminds me of the setup with the Ooni ovens. I like the rock box and the dome because they're much significantly higher. Let's measure this a little bit and see what it looks like. The entranceway is just under 13 inches, so you won't be able to do a 16-inch pizza, but you will definitely be able to do a standard Neapolitan, which is 10 to 12 inches. The height of the height is just about 3.5 inches in the opening. Let's see, the actual oven itself, the height is 15 inches by about 22 inches in diameter. This is what I was talking about. From the ground to the lip of the oven, it's 43.5. The Gosney dome and the rock box and things are about 48, so you get almost 5 extra inches. So that makes a big deal. So you constantly don't have to be like bending down to launch the pizza or turn the pizza. Let's go ahead and get the burner lit and get this heated up. As you can see, it has a pretty nice burner along the back side. Very similar to the Ooni ovens, and the rock box even has the burner in the back. The one dilemma about having the burner in the back location like that is that when you launch the pizza, you can't tell how it's cooking along the very back of the pizza. So I prefer when the burner's on the side. It just gives you a little more visibility so you can see exactly how fast it's cooking. So the first thing you always test with a new oven is how quickly does it heat up. Right now the center of the stone is about 799 degrees Fahrenheit. The back is about 820. So this is probably a pretty good time to start cooking. I like it between 750 and 850. So this is spot on. Let me go get the dough and start making pizza. Another quick thing I wanted to show you of the outside. So the inside's about 800 degrees and the top is 109 degrees. So it must be pretty well insulated. The front's about 111. The side's about 102. So it's pretty well insulated because the inside's over 800 degrees right now. I'm going to be making one margarita and one pepperoni. I always start with the margarita. Sprinkle a little semolina to help get it off. Into my semolina. If you want to learn how to make this dough, check out my other videos. I have a 2-part series on exactly how to make this. Put a little semolina down. Start with this is the bottom. Start with it first. I'm gonna push all the air out to the edge, to the crust. You want to leave about an inch. That's going to fill up with air. Make it light and fluffy. Flip it over. Some people do the slap method. I prefer this one. Keeps it nice and easy. Clear some of the semolina out of the way. You want a little bit more. San Marzano sauce. Takes about 1.5 of these. I have fresh mozzarella. Again, I'm making a margarita to start with. Parmesan on it. Some fresh basil. Then you want to drizzle it with a little bit of olive oil on top. Okay, let's get this in the oven. Okay, get it on the peel, and you want to make sure you kind of get it, don't grab the crust too much, just gently get it back into a circular shape. Let's get it in the oven. Uh-oh. I found a slight problem. I used the peel for my other pizza oven, and it is too big to fit in the door here. This is a 14-inch peel, and I forgot it's only a 13-inch opening. All right, let's get this back in the oven. All right, now I'm using a 12-inch peel. This should work. Timer is set. It's been about 30 seconds. Let's turn it. Ooh, got a little well done on that end. That's what happens when you're filming. That was my fault, not the ovens. I should have turned it about 10 seconds earlier. But again, that's the drawback of having a burner in the back. I couldn't see the back side. That's still going to taste great. Okay, it's been just 1 minute. And that backside still needs a little more. Almost done. All right, it's been just about 90 seconds. Look at that pizza. Perfect. Let's put it on the cooling rack. It looks pretty darn good. Again, I got this side a little bit crispier. That was the original back side. I don't think it's the oven's fault. It was my fault. I let it go about 35 seconds before I turned it. Normally I turn it in about 20 seconds. That's what happens when you're filming. All in all, it looks pretty good. Let's test out the crust. Yep, soft and crunchy. Hear that? Perfect. Let's get this one inside and eat it. And we'll get the pepperoni going too. Start with the San Marzano. Fresh mozzarella. Parmesan. Pepperoni. And a little olive oil. You don't need a lot for this one because the pepperoni is very oily. Okay, let's get this one in the oven. Using the smaller peel, remember to use a 12-inch peel. I didn't like the one that came with the oven, the Solo one, because it's not perforated. I like the perforated because it lets the flour, the excess flour go through. Okay, let's stretch it back out a little bit, make sure it's a good, nice circle. Let's get it in the oven. perfect. It's been about 45 seconds. There. Noticing this pizza oven could be a couple inches deeper. It's hard to keep, this edge of the pizza is kind of not cooking the same. Could be just a little bit deeper. Let's get this front side cooked. And then it'll be done. Just about 60 seconds. It's been just about 60 seconds, a little over, about 70 seconds. Look at that pepperoni pizza. Absolutely delicious. Let's get it on the cooling rack. Good looking pizza. That's pizza number 2, Neapolitan. This is a biga dough, high hydration. Let's look. Ooh, soft and crunchy. Looks great. You know what? I had my doubts about this oven. I thought it was a company like Solo. I know they make great fire pits, but when they decided to make a pizza oven, I was like, you know what? This is going to be kind of a niche product. It's going to work, but probably not as great as some of my other dedicated pizza ovens. But it actually surprised me. It heated up extremely fast. Within 15-20 minutes, it was ready to go. It was over 750 degree Fahrenheit, which is kind of the minimum for Neapolitan pizza. The outside does get a little hotter than, for example, my Rockbox, my Dome, but not crazy hot. I think it remained about 120 degrees is about the top, so it'll burn you, but it's not 1,000 degrees like the inside. The stone performed well. The pizzas were cooked very well. The first pizza I did got a little burnt on the back, but that was really my fault. I left it in too long before turning it because I was trying to get the tripod moved and I was trying to do it as real time as possible. So that was my fault, not the oven. The second one turned out perfect. What can I say? I think this is in that $500 to $600 range. I think with gas burner, I think it's around $575 right now. So it's probably for this size oven. Again, the maximum pizza is about a 12-inch pizza. So this is probably on the upper end of the price range for the smaller portable style ovens. So is it worth that price? I'm not sure. I'm kind of on the fence. You can get the Ooni or the Rockbox probably a little bit cheaper, and you're going to have very similar results. The difference is the style. This oven is a little bit bigger. It kind of, if it goes with your patio, if you have the Solo stove, it's nice. It kind of matches. It's a very pretty oven. But honestly, I really can't say much bad about it, if anything. I mean, really my only big complaint is that it's just too low, is that when you put it on a standard counter or table at 36 inches high, it's about 5 or 6 inches too low. So for somebody like my height, I'm about 5'10", 5'10 and a half, that I have to bend down quite a bit to launch the pizza and to turn it. So when the pizza only takes 60 seconds, you're having to kind of hunker down like this to turn the pizza, so it's not necessarily very comfortable. I had been waiting to do this video because they said they were going to send me the stand to test out, so I'll be curious to get the stand. Once I do, I'll make another video with it also to see if it brings the height up a little bit. I'm hoping it's going to bring it up a little bit higher. Worst case scenario, you can get some bricks or block and set it up higher. In that way, I think it would, you want it about 48 inches right here. And then right now, this is a little bit, maybe around 40 inches high, so it's about 8 inches lower than where I'd like it. So all in all, a good oven. It's a little expensive, I think, for the size because you can't do anything above a 12-inch, but quality-wise, it seems great. The burner performed well. It seemed like it retained heat well, and it cooked Neapolitan pizza to my expectations. It got way over 900 degrees, which is way more than you need. You just need it to be around that 750 to 850, which it did. Cooked great pizza. Thanks for watching. Leave your comments below. I'd like to see what you guys think. Take care. Have a good night. Hey everybody, welcome back to Heartplan Productions. I'm very excited today to